गुड मॉर्निंग बच्चों, गुड मॉर्निंग। हेलो बच्चों, गुड मॉर्निंग क्लास। गुड मॉर्निंग मनीष, गुड मॉर्निंग। पूजिता, गुड मॉर्निंग। रुत्विका, गुड मॉर्निंग। गुड मॉर्निंग अनन्या, गुड मॉर्निंग श्रीनिवासा रेड्डी, गुड मॉर्निंग दुर्गा प्रसाद, गुड मॉर्निंग साहिती, फरीदा गुड मॉर्निंग, जोशना गुड मॉर्निंग, समीर जमीर जमीर शेख गुड मॉर्निंग, शिवा गुड मॉर्निंग, संजना गुड मॉर्निंग, श्याम गुड मॉर्निंग श्याम, योगी गुड मॉर्निंग योगी, कविता गुड मॉर्निंग, विजय गुड मॉर्निंग, कविता गुड मॉर्निंग बेटा, Srinivas, I am good. How are you? Tell me, you got 170? Vijay. Better, but when I saw the result of the student, online student, it was not satisfactory. I don't know then which list I saw. I deliberately asked to get one list. Achha, did you get the message? Actually, earlier what we thought that the exam will be on Monday. So I thought of taking a class on Sunday, and on Sunday, I can take some and I can make you revise the points of NCERT, but then it was happening on Sunday. Now the same day classes is not fun. It's not possible, right? So that's the reason. But then I gave a message in all the group. I gave a message through my team that read each and every word of NCERT, animal tissues, core data. Okay. Now, first thing, tell me, you were aware about the core data? That core data is also in the, already the syllabus was shared with you, core data. Good morning, Gnaneshwar. Good morning, Vijay. And Vijay, congratulations, you got 170. Say it really good. Who else? Okay, you were aware about that. Very good. Okay. Reunion, Siva. Beta pakka reunion hoga. But right now I'm not able to give any date, particular date. Because so many, it's like so many if and buts are there. You got 165. Okay. Achha, I asked him to send a message. So was that message came in all the group? I mean, of course, there I saw also. But did you notice the message? Everyone noticed the message? Very good, Kavita, for 165. Visheshia, 170, really good. Okay, that message you could able to read that. Okay. Okay. So now tell me, in the those questions, particularly on animal tissue, the new type of question that I framed. Any doubt you have? Any particular? Though I don't find it really, but still I gave one key. They asked that, sir, because NCERT says with very little intercellular matrix. I said in the question it is given little intercellular space. Sir, matrix will be in the space. NCERT has given like that. So in that case, what I am losing, I said, okay, I will give both 1 and 2. Question number 76 in the offline. I don't know which number is there. Easy paper only, very good. Very good, okay. So coordinates you could able to do very nicely. In other, what questions you have, any doubt you have, maybe we'll discuss 2 or 3 questions. One or two I can discuss from my side. Okay. One and two I can discuss from my side. Everyone now put your headphones, or maybe if the headphones are not there, you can close your room so that you can concentrate properly. Okay, now, there is a statement given about, yes, I'll discuss hemopoietic also, promise. You can ask question like that. You can also ask question about particular line, particular meaning, particular word, I will explain you, okay. Now there is a description in the paper about diaphragm having the skeletal muscle fibers. Yes, diaphragm is made up of skeletal muscle fibers. 100% skeletal. Okay. Intercostal muscle that help in breathing, they are also intercostal. Costa means ribs. They are attached, both the ends are attached to the ribs, their tendons are attached to the ribs. And the one which is attached to the skeleton are skeletal, they are skeletal muscles. But only skeletal muscles in the body, like intercostal, like phrenic, diaphragm, which are also under the control of involuntary. For example, they are under the control of medulla oblongata. They can also be under the control of pons feruli. And voluntarily also, we can, if I want, I can take a deep breath. We all can do, right? When I'm taking a deep breath, my rib cage is moving up. My skeleton, rib cage is my skeleton, it is moving. Skeletal muscles. So we can also voluntarily control them. Plus, they are also under the control of involuntary nervous system. Medulla oblongata can control them, medulla oblongata and pons feruli. Now this is the ability which nature has given to us for our survival. Otherwise, if we forget to breathe in, then we don't have ability like the case of earthworm or the case of frog, where from the skin they can get that oxygen. We cannot get it from our moist skin. We have to take the air to our lungs, and for that we need to create the difference in pressure, and for that the muscle contraction is required. I hope you understand. So no doubt in that question statement was given that the correct statement that yes, some skeletal muscle can also be controlled involuntarily. But in our body, there is no smooth muscle or visceral muscle which is controlled voluntarily. No smooth muscle can be controlled voluntarily. In this regard, a very genuine doubt one student asked. And he asked, sir, what about our urination, like our defecation? We can voluntarily control. NCERT says defecation is a voluntary release, micturition is a voluntary process, right? So it is a voluntary process, and these muscles, the sphincter, and you said that sphincters are involuntary muscles, right? I said, beta, there are two sphincter, internal one is involuntary, external one is voluntary. Yes, sir, but still it is a sphincter, right? And sphincter is not attached to any bony part. So in that way, it is a smooth muscle fiber, not striated. And we are controlling it. Okay, now it's a genuine doubt. But thankfully, I had little idea about the anatomy, and I was able to show him the pictures also later on. I said, although they are sphincters, but they are not the round circular band of muscle at the end of the anal canal or at the beginning of the urethra. It's not like that. Right. These are skeletal muscles. It's a ribbon of muscle, and that ribbon is wound around the anal canal. Wound around the anal canal, right? And we can voluntarily control if that muscle become contract. Then it become tight, and therefore what happens, the anal canal is just squeezed like this. The opening is closed. So no doubt, external anal sphincter, external urethral sphincter, these are voluntary muscles, pakka voluntary muscles. Okay? Now some more questions you are asking. Number one, I'll give you answer one by one, don't worry. Next question I am discussing here is the hemopoietic tissue. But a hemopoietic tissue is the tissue that help in hemopoiesis. Anyone who can tell me what is hemopoiesis? Who will tell me what is hemopoiesis? Come on. Hemopoiesis. Poiesis. What is hemopoiesis? Formation of blood cells. Very good. Hemopoiesis means formation of blood cells. Formation of blood cells. Blood cells. Formation of blood cells. Hemopoiesis. Formation of blood cells. Very good. Formation of, very good. Blood cell formation. Very good. And not only RBC, all RBC, WBC, platelets, all blood cell. No blood cell is formed anywhere else in the body. So that is hemopoiesis. So hemopoiesis is formation of blood cell. The tissue where it happens is called hemopoietic. Hemopoietic. Poietic. Okay, now the word is tissue. So that tissue can be described as hemopoietic. So what tissue, what it does hemopoiesis. And what is hemopoiesis? Formation of blood cells. What is erythropoiesis? Formation of RBCs. Erythropoiesis, formation of RBCs, which are the main, most abundant blood cell. Next doubt you people are asking is about the type of respiration always. Okay, trigger zone. Before trigger zone, I will answer this question always. Meanwhile, if this goes up, so you people can please bring them down somehow, or you can copy your doubt. If your doubt is not answered, you can copy and again paste so that I can again see. But only when I'm looking at the board, looking at the TV. Right now I'm explaining to you about the breathing always taking place in a frog. Now you just tell me, I don't know this question, I don't know the answer. Just tell me, in a frog, when the frog is in water, what is its mode of exchange of gases? What it is using to exchange the gases? In water, tell me, water. वाटर में क्या करता है? क्यूटेनियस, पल्मोनरी, बक्कल. क्यूटेनियस, ठीक है. Okay, so water has only cutaneous. Cutaneous only. Okay, cutaneous only. Now tell me, when the frog is on land, when the frog is on land, then when the frog is on land, all three. Very good. Then all three. It can be cutaneous, buccal, because what air is there, na, buccal require air, and pulmonary, it also requires air, pulmonary. All three on land. Very good, very good. On land, all three. Now tell me, during hibernation or estivation, during hibernation or during estivation, what is the mode of respiration? Tell me. Mode of respiration, hibernation and estivation, come on. Skin, very good. It is cutaneous, perfect. It is cutaneous, very good. Which means that cutaneous is always active. Whether in water, whether on land, or whether even when it is embedded in the soil, cutaneous never stop. Cutaneous never stop. Okay, you understand that? Cutaneous always active. Now next question I am talking to you about the trigger zone. Okay, is this point clear to everyone? You all, the one who asked the doubt understood this one? Okay. ओके, ठीक है. कॉन्ट्रोसाइट अभी बताता हूं. एब्सेंस ऑफ एयर, कॉन्ट्रिक्टिव कॉन्स्टेंटली. वो तो इजी क्वेश्चन है. एनसीईआरटी हैज गिवन दैट क्वेश्चन. नाउ अंडरस्टैंड न्यूरोनल स्ट्रक्चर. फर्स्ट ऑफ ऑल, जस्ट अंडरस्टैंड न्यूरल टिश्यू. How many type of cells are present in the neural tissue? Two type of cells. One, neurons, and other one are the glial cells or neuroglial cells. Neuroglial cells or simply glial cells. Neuroglial or simply glial cells. Okay? The word glial has come from glue, and glue means, you know what glue means, or atukovorum. Earlier it was thought that these cells are for keeping the neurons together, keeping the neurons together, but later on they found that these cells support and also protect. So they have functions of protection and support. They have functions of protection, protect and support neurons. Tell me which of them is unit of nervous tissue or nervous system? Which of them is a unit of nervous system? Answer is neurons. They are the units of nervous system. Neurons are the unit of nervous system. This question was also there. Neuron is a unit. Okay, done. Out of them, which one is excitable cell? Neuron, glial, both or only neuron? Or only glial? Which one is excitable? Only neuron, only glial, or both? Answer is only neurons. Very good. So only this cell is excitable cell. Very good. This is excitable. Excitable cell means when a stimulus is given, it can get depolarized. Okay, it means that the cell where the membrane permeability changes, and as a result of that, the polarity of the polarity of charge, it also become opposite or changes. This is the meaning of getting excited. They are just the supporting cell. They don't have any not excitatory. They are not excitatory. Okay? Examples of glial cells, for example, you have got the Schwann cell. You have heard about the Schwann cell. Schwann cells of the PNS, they are only present in the PNS. Their counterpart in the CNS are oligodendrocytes. Oligodendrocytes. Their counterpart in the peripheral, in the central nervous system. So they are in the CNS only. Other cells, for example, like microglial cells, they are actually phagocytic cells. Okay, they are the macrophages of the nervous tissue. These are the common examples. Okay, I am just telling you. Other names are also there, but these are the common ones that you need to remember about the glial cells. Now neurons, you know that a neuron has got three main parts. It has got the cell body. It has got projections called dendrites, and the longest projection is known as axon. Axon can also be called as fiber. Dendrites are there, and cell body. What is another name of cell body? Yes, we can call it as soma. What is another name? Tell me, what is another name? We can also call it as cyton, perikaryon. Okay? But this name and this name, in fact, first three names are more important. Dendrites are branches of tree, like in axon is the longest one. It's also known as fiber because it's a very long one. So it has got three parts. Now, which of them does not have the nasal granule? Answer is axon. Okay, there is absence of nasal granules. Nasal granules are actually the polyribosomes, are clusters of ribosomes, and if you ask me what do they do, I will say they will do the thing that only the ribosomes do, that is protein synthesis. So obviously when they are ribosomes, they can only help in protein synthesis. Nasal granules. But nasal granules are present here, dendrites present here. Why I have given only about the nasal granule and nothing else? Because this is actually a question. I am discussing to you the questions. On this page, many questions. I have written all these matter in order to keep in mind the questions. Okay, excitable, not excitable, three parts. The longest one is the axon. Cell body can also be called cyton, soma. Okay, are you done? Okay. Now, different zones. To understand different zones, I'll make a diagram very quickly. I have to make, because here the purpose is not to make a diagrammatically good one, but to make you understand the different zones in case of. So these are those branches called dendrites. The branch is called dendrites. Okay, dendrites. And then there is one. No, this part is the uppermost part, the hillock part of the long fiber axon. So from here axon begins. And actually you don't see the axon completely because it is surrounded by a cell called Schwann cell. So actually there is a Schwann cell that you see and not the axon. Axon is surrounded by a sheath made up of Schwann cell. Okay, beta. So axon, if I use the same color for axon, which is a white color, so only see the some part of the axon. You only see some part of the axon like this. Otherwise, it is surrounded by or covered by or protected by Schwann cell. Okay, and here is the terminal part, terminal end, terminal part. Okay, so we can also show the terminal part of the axon terminal. Okay, we can show the terminal part of the axon, and it has got these button-like or these knob-like. That is a terminal of the axon terminal. Other part of the axon is not visible because it is surrounded by this Schwann cell. Yes, it is a cell. You should imagine them as cells and not boxes. They are surrounding this all around completely. Okay, completely all around, and also there is a secretion of a phospholipid also inside this cell. So this cell secretes phospholipid inside. Okay, but not necessary. It is not always. For example, if I take a section here and I'll see the cell outside, the cell is the Schwann cell. So this is the Schwann cell. Okay, the Schwann cell is just like a flat flat type of cell, and this is a nucleus of the Schwann cell, and this is the axon. So this is the axon here, axon. Now sometimes around this axon, or if I show the axon with yellow color, which normally we have to show the nervous system by the yellow color only. If I show this by yellow color, okay, then around this yellow color thing, if I show this by yellow color, then around this yellow color thing, there is a white color, glistening white color deposition, layer upon layer deposition, layer upon layer deposition, layer upon layer deposition. This is a phospholipid called sphingomyelin. In short, we can call it as myelin. We can call it as myelin, but it is sphingomyelin. It's a phospholipid. It is a phospholipid. And this cell is a Schwann cell. This cell is a Schwann cell. Schwann cell. Schwann cell covers the axon all around and also make the myelin. Okay, I hope it is clear. But it is not necessary that myelin will be there. There are many cases where the cells have Schwann cell, axons have Schwann cell, but they don't have a myelin. There are many such cases. For example, if I can show you another type 1 where they have got. Okay, so I can show another one. Where they don't have a myelin. Otherwise, all the other things are like this only. Okay? Where they don't have a myelin. So, like this. Now this one can be called as myelinated and this one can be called unmyelinated. This one can be called as myelinated, and this one can be called unmyelinated. What is common in both of them are the Schwann cell. Provided that it should be in the peripheral nervous system, because Schwann cell is absent in the central nervous system. So provided that it should be in the peripheral nervous system. But I hope I make you understand about the myelinated as well as unmyelinated. I also make you understand about the covering, like a spring roll, so like a spring roll, the Schwann cell roll around the axon, and also I told you that it is the one that synthesizes myelin around the axon. Myelin is a phospholipid which can make this part insulated, and only the part where the cell is not there, only that part is non-insulated. This uninsulated part is known as the nodes of Ranvier. Nodes of Ranvier. The uninsulated parts called nodes of Ranvier. And what is this name, beta? This is the cell body, the nucleus. And what these granules are called? Granules are called Nissl granules. Nissl granules are absent in the axon. Now once you know this much, I'm telling you very important point that the axon terminal, everyone now focus, everyone focus once again. Please focus. Diagram is done. Please focus now once again. Everyone, please focus. Okay. Now you have this diagram. Now you know that the axon terminal, they are in touch with other neurons. And where they are in touch with? They are in touch with the dendrites. They are in touch with the dendrites of the adjacent neuron. Adjacent means adjacent. Adjacent means by the side. Very close, side, adjacent neurons, okay? So beta, there is a neuron, for example, a neuron, I'm just showing a small part. There is a neuron and its axon terminal are in connection with this one. A neuron is there, obviously it cannot be so small if this is so big. I'm just telling you that you should always imagine that these are in always touch with axon terminal. They are in touch with the axon terminal. Similarly, these axon terminal are also touch with some dendrites. One more thing. The information come to this end, and from this end it is transferred to the dendrites. The information is transferred to the dendrite. This is known as transmission. This is called transmission of the information. Transmission. But when the information is transmitted, it is of varying degree. It can be excitatory, it can be inhibitory. Please be careful. This can be excitatory, it can be excitatory, it can be inhibitory also. It can be inhibitory. It can be excitatory, it can be inhibitory. It can be inhibitory. It all depends on where it is coming and what neurotransmitter it is using. Some neurotransmitters are excitatory and some neurotransmitters like GABA, glycine, these are inhibitory neurotransmitters. What does inhibition means? Inhibition means that the potential goes less than zero. The potential becomes less than zero. What does excitatory means? The potential is, for example, excitatory one like plus 10, minus 20, plus 15, okay, and plus 15 again, and this one is, let us take minus 5. So what is the sum of all these? Okay, so plus 10 and 15 and 15, 30 and 40. 40 and 40 minus 25. Okay, 40 minus 25, how much it is? It is around 15. Okay, 40 minus 25, 15. When this is happening, there is always, all the potentials are being added. They are being added at a point. Their summation of all these is going on at a point. When this is going on, all these are actually added together The addition is going on at a point, a summation, as a sign of summation. Summation is happening at this point, and this point is called axon hillock. Axon hillock. And the moment the sum of all the potential become equal to plus 20 or become equal to the threshold potential, it keep on changing. It is keep on changing. It's a very dynamic type of thing. You can just see there is screen board, and just like the share market, plus green, red, like that, this is happening. And the moment the sum becomes equal to threshold, which in mostly cases plus 20. Okay, let's show it. Let's show it. Okay, the moment this becomes plus 20, suppose if this becomes plus 20, the next step, if this becomes plus 20, suppose this becomes plus 20. So now what is the total thing happening now? 30, 40, 50 and 50 minus 25, and that is certainly more than 20. Okay, now this is equal to or more than threshold. At this point, what will happen? From this point, a potential develop, and this potential, the moment it develop, it keep on running and come to the end of the axon. A new potential develop from this point, and this point, the potential that develop here is always in action. This potential is running. It is running very fast. It is running around 110 meter per second. The speed of 110 meter per second. It is running very fast. It is running, okay, and in fact, not only running, because that there are Schwann cell. It is leaping or jumping, or leaping, okay, and then it reaches to this end, and then it reaches to this end. And the moment it comes here to the next neuron, it will be again excitatory or inhibitory. It can be excitatory, it can be inhibitory. It can be excitatory, it can be inhibitory, okay? It can be excitatory, it can be inhibitory. Excitatory or it can be inhibitory. The postsynaptic potential can be stimulated or it can be depressed further. I hope you understand, okay? And action potential, why I am calling it action potential? Because it is always in action. It starts from here and never stop. This potential never stops till it reaches this point. This potential is called the action potential. This is called action potential. I don't know whether you knew this or not. Action potential. The reason it is called action potential, because this is in action. It is running, jumping, okay, around 100 meter per second approx. It is running and reaching to the end of the axon terminal. The point from where the action potential begins is axon hillock. It is just like the bullet. The moment you trigger the bullet, you just pull the trigger, the bullet now comes off and it cannot return back. There is no stopping and returning back. It will pakka hit something. Then only its speed will be reduced. I hope you understand. ठीक है बेटा, चलो. Therefore, axon hillock is occur, also known as trigger zone. It is also called the trigger zone. Therefore, axon hillock can be called, I have explained very nicely to each and every one of you. I hope those who knew it, they also understand, and those who don't knew it, they also understand. Okay, beta? And if input zone, if I ask you where is the input zone, you will simply say, sir, देखो ये in आ रहा है ना, देखो ये in. This is input zone. Now it won't take time for you to understand where is the output zone. This is output zone. Output zone. This is not a good thing that happened. If it is all erased, no, it's not erased, thank God. Okay, there is the output zone. Output zone. Now you tell me output zone. Output zone. Z-O-N-E. I have to use some technical terms. For example, I have to use like afferent zone. Afferent zone and efferent zone. Efferent zone. Already I told you about the trigger zone. Trigger zone. Already I told you, right? Trigger zone. Trigger zone is the same as summation zone. That is also called the summation. Summation zone. Summation is happening here. Okay. This answer I gave you. Now you tell me what is, by applying your knowledge of these words, afferent zone and efferent zone. Come on. What is the afferent? A. First one. Afferent, A for apple, afferent zone. Tell me. Bolo beta. Afferent zone. Cyton, axon, hillock. Afferent zone, dendrites, very good. Afferent zone is same as dendrites because, or it is same as the input zone. Input zone and efferent zone is same as the output zone. This is dendrites and this is the axon terminal. And the summation zone or trigger zone is the axon hillock. This is the axon hillock. Okay. It is a site where lot of voltage gated channels are there, particularly voltage gated sodium channels. And please, I want to take excuse from here that I think 2 years back, 3 years back, till that time, I used to teach each and everyone voltage gated sodium and potassium channel, inhibitory gated, all that nonsense I was doing in the class. For the last 2 years, and this is the third year, I am not giving them anything more than NCERT, and find that whatever you are supposed to know to answer the bits is given there. So right now some people are arguing about the sensitive part or not. That's why I said that is a part where there are a lot of voltage gated channels are there. Okay, so that's why I just discussed it. Right now you can ignore it. What you are saying, you can ignore it. Okay, beta. Okay. Now my point is, I hope you understand input, output, and trigger zone. Why this question was given? Because many a time this question has come in the PYQs. Many times this question has come in the PYQs. Okay, beta. After this, your other doubts. Let me see your other doubts. Please write your doubt. Please copy and paste your doubt once again. Mast cell release histamine and heparin. No, you're right. Mast cell release. But the question was, who release in the blood plasma, in the blood? And mast cells are in the areolar tissue, not in the blood. Mast cells, Kavita. Very good, 617. Very good. Acha, you got 617 in the NEET examination. Oh, love you, beta. God bless you. Really, God bless you. Kavita, very good. God bless you. Very good. We'll be meeting soon when we conduct the reunion. At that time, we all will meet together. Okay. Coming to this question, come on. Basophils and mast cells, they have same origin, same function, and basophils are in the blood. And the question was, who release in the blood? So it cannot be mast cell. Next question. Copy Condrict's question, 2 option correct, sir. Condrict's 2 option correct. Anyone can just take a picture and send it to my WhatsApp. Condrict's question, how it is possible epithelial tissue is not vascularized. No, it is not. It is avascular. Epithelial tissue is not vascularized. It is avascular. Cells are so compactly packed that blood vessels cannot penetrate. Blood vessels cannot penetrate. Sir, is that phospholipid in Schwann cell act as insulation? Yes, it is insulatory. It acts as an insulator, and that's the reason that whenever the exchange is happening, it is only happening where there is no myelin sheath, where there is no that phospholipid, which is at the nodes of Ranvier, and that is the reason I have shown it by jumping type. That's the reason I show a jumping type, because that is happening. We'll do about this in the chapter of neural tissue. No need to go into further detail of what the myelin sheath does here. Other, you can copy and paste. Epithelial tissue is not vascular, it is not vascularized. Other question, air bladder absent and cannot regulate body temperature. Air bladder absent, okay? Air bladder is absent in chondrichthyes, correct? And they cannot regulate body temperature. Oh my gosh, ये ऐसा कुछ क्वेश्चन था क्या? चूडू अच्छा, एयर ब्लैडर एब्सेंट, हाँ, गॉट इट. Kaniti Srinivas, beta, read the whole statement. Purposefully it was given. The moment you read air bladder absent, I said always keep a fingertip or a pen tip. Move your pen under the line. Okay, air bladder is absent. And if air bladder is absent, they have to always swim to come on the surface, something like that. Okay. Can you tell me what was the exact line? Air bladder absent and cannot regulate body temperature. Yes, they cannot regulate body temperature, but about the air bladder, can you write the whole line once again? You yourself will realize where is a mistake happened. If air bladder is absent in chondrichthyes, right? If it is about the correct of chondrichthyes, if air bladder is not there. Sir, can we call action potential entering zone as afferent zone? Obviously. Obviously that is a afferent zone only. That's what we have written. Due to the presence of air bladder, they have to swim constantly to avoid sinking. बेटा ये तो presence लिखा हुआ है, presence of air bladder, and it is absent and you are saying present. Thank you, Sajid. Thank you so much. Okay. Any other thing, you can just go through it, read it once again. From my side, maximum, if I can be generous enough, I can say 76 question 1 and 2 both answer. Vascularized as well as no intercellular space. Because in the book it is given little intercellular matrix. I gave no intercellular space. However, these are two different things, but still if you are asking, I have given that. Other than that, there is no doubt anyone ask Kavita Komu absence. Okay. I didn't get that. Anyone else, please copy and paste. If not, and you know that air bladder absent and swim constantly, one option, and second option is they can't regulate their body temperature. Air bladder absent and swim constantly, one option. Kaniti Srinivas, both options correct. I think beta, that means that in the offline and online, there is some difference in the offline and online. Anyone has discussed the paper? Is the paper here? Is the weekend paper here? Anyone has discussed? If the teacher has discussed, it will be here only. That because in that question, no one has asked anything. I have given one option that, air bladder is absent and the air bladder present, something like that I have given. Means it was definitely incorrect. It is in the app. I cannot open the app on the screen. Acha, once post it in the group. And if I post it in the group, I'll post the paper in the group, okay, and then anyone can cut and paste the question to me. You can particularly don't everyone, not everyone, but the one who has really doubt, they can do it. Not everyone. Please. We'll be doing further things. I'll share it with you, क्वेश्चन पेपर LT पेज 4, ठीक है, और ये फॉरवर्ड करते हैं अपन इसको, और ये फॉरवर्ड किया. Can anyone give me a personal ID? Because in the group I don't think so. Anyone who can just give me personal, I can send in the group because it is open to all. There are so many groups, and therefore in the group neither you nor me, only the admin can send. Anyone can send a simple hi to me and I will revert back to that hi, okay? And we will discuss about this question, don't worry. We'll discuss about this question nicely. Okay, bachcho? Shall we proceed now? We are doing the Ferretima, Uzma, Ferretima posthuma, Lumbricus. Ferretima is the North Indian earthworm. It is common in North India, and Lumbricus is common in South India. In South India, Lumbricus is common. However, both are the Indian one, both are in India. Okay? Ferretima, underline scientific name. Lumbricus, underline scientific name. Okay, bachcho? Next thing to do here is, this belongs to the phylum name Annelida, phylum Annelida, phylum of metamerically segmented worms. Sharanya, Kaniti, Sharanya, you are saying bye. You don't want to study this one, okay? AAC. AAC, what is this? AAC? Cardiac muscle, smooth muscles, skeletal muscles, and cartilage not done. Srinivas, Kaniti Srinivas, cartilage, cardiac muscles, smooth muscles, skeletal muscles, and cartilage. I don't think so. Cartilage we have done in any class. Cardiac muscles. Kaniti, I promise you, and we will announce this a class. For that, I require around 1 hour, full 1 hour, or 1 hour 15 minutes to do all this. Okay. I thought that because questions were given, and you have, while solving the question, you have understood them. That's the reason such type of questions were deliberately given. Okay. So yes, AAC matlab, yeah, I got it. Annelida is a phylum of metamerically segmented worms. Okay, worm, metamerically segmented worm. It is a worm-like animal. And if you ask me the class of earthworm is oligoketa. Kita matlab, oligo means few, and kita means theta, and theta are the appendages. They are chitinous. Means made up of chitin. Appendages, something that project out, appendages, and they are non-motile, but they can, and they are unjointed. They are unjointed appendages, unjointed. Okay, but we'll talk about the theta a little bit more. Right now, we can just think about the anatomical position of this animal called Ferretima. Now, let us move further. The color is reddish brown. It is reddish brown in color. Okay, and also you should remember that it has segments around, particularly Ferretima, the North Indian earthworm, The segments are around 100 to 120 in number. The segments are 100 to 120 in number. They live in the upper layer of soil, upper layer of the soil, topsoil. They live in the upper layer of the soil. That means this is the region where plant roots are there, and therefore what happens, the region where roots are there, and therefore what happens that when it burrows inside the soil, it makes some air spaces and makes the soil softer. It is always easier for the roots to, because air is there, the roots to breathe and also to move out without interruption, without much resistance. Therefore, it is always good for the plants. Okay, it is called the friends of the farmer. Yes, it makes the soil porous, good. Okay, beta, done. Now, some more points here about this one. You can trace the presence of earthworm in the soil by the worm castings. So next thing is worm castings. What are worm castings? Worm casting, actually the word worm casting look like as if some skin cast, something from the skin is just shed out. No. The worm casting is just the poop of this animal. You know poop? Poop means fecal matter. It is just the poop of this animal, worm casting. And they can see it little different from the soil, little different in color and size than the soil. And by that we can make out that the soil contains earthworm. Okay, bacho? Now let us see the morphology. Morphology means when you see, when you study it from outside, morphology. Already I told you that there are about 100 to 120 segments are there. Reddish brown color. Dorsal side, if you see on the dorsal surface, you can find a mid-dorsal line. There is a line, there is a darkness, although it is reddish brown, but even though, more darker than that, you can see a mid-dorsal line. There is a mid-dorsal line. And the mid-dorsal line is actually, what actually you are seeing in mid-dorsal line, we are actually seeing its dorsal vessel. We are seeing its dorsal vessel. Dorsal vessel is the largest blood vessel in this animal. It is the largest blood vessel, dorsal vessel. Okay, bacho? So mid-dorsal line, a single one, and it is because of the, what you see is the dorsal vessel. Recall, this animal has got red colored blood, but RBCs are not there. Hemoglobin is dissolved in plasma. Okay, but if you can recall this much, then on the ventral surface, on the ventral side, the tummy side, the down side, on the ventral side, you see some apertures. Apertures. Apertures means tiny holes. It means tiny holes. Rundram, tiny holes, apertures, ventral side. And these are the apertures mainly for the reproductive tract. Now, there is a single aperture for the female genital pore. It is a female genital pore. And what is the use of it? From that opening, the eggs come out. The eggs are released out from that opening. Okay. For that, I can just show this worm, and I'll make it from segment number. Okay, so 12, suppose this is 11th, okay, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, and 20 and 21. So some part we are seeing. And this is the ventral view. Ventral view. Ventral view. You know that this is a ventral side. It's a ventral side, okay? Ventral side. This is the mid-ventral line. Mid-ventral line. Lateral side, lateral, this is ventral. But if something is here, okay, at the junction of ventral and lateral, we can call it as ventrolateral. Ventral and lateral, ventrolateral. This is right one, this is left one, ventrolateral. This word will be used here, ventrolateral. For the female genital, one more thing. All these animals they are characterized by a collar-like structure on the segment 14 to 16. They have a collar-like structure from segment 14 to 16, and this can be seen, this is called clitellum. This is called clitellum, okay? Clitellum. So I'll write here clitellum, C-L-I-T, clitellum, clitellum. And always remember, clitellum is from 14, 15, 16. It is always from 14, 15 and 16. Clitellum always 14, 15, 16. And in 14, actually, there is a female genital pore. So you cannot see it properly because there is a clitellum over it. It's covering a membrane over it, glandular membrane. But this is the female genital pore. 14, 15, 16. 17, 18, 19, 20. Let's come on the 18th one. On the 18th, there is a male genital pore. 18th one, there are male genital pores. Again, this is a pore, and this is not a copulatory structure per se. Now, this is just a pore from which the sperms come out. And this is a pore from which the ovum comes out. The sperms come out from these, and ovum comes out from this. Okay, the one which help in copulation are the papillae. So you have got one papillae here. They also look like roundish, but they are projected. Okay, projected out. They are projected out. They are papillae. They are papillae. These are called genital papillae. Genital papillae. And these papillae, they help in copulation. The male genital pore is only for the sperms to come out, and the female genital pore is only for the ovum to come out. So nothing goes inside, only ovum comes out, right? This is male genital apertures. Male genital apertures. This one is a female. Now you can easily remember F for female, F for 14. Female in 14. Female in 14. Female genital pore. Genital pore. Pore or aperture, same thing. And genital papillae also. Genital papillae. They are not the pore. They are just projected out. Papillae, genital papillae. To remember genital papillae, one up and one down. One up of male and one down of male. One up of male, one down of male. Genital papillae. Okay, bachcho, I hope this is clear to everyone. Okay, very good. And what else? Now, some more pores we have to understand. The basic pores are, it is the mouth. It is the mouth. Mouth is in the first segment. Anus. Anus is in the last segment. Last segment. Mouth in the first, anus in the last. I'm not writing the number because last can be 101 to any number, 120 up to that number. Okay, done. Okay, so this is the first segment. I'm drawing the segments, some of the segments I'll draw. One, two, three, four, 5, 6, 7. Okay, like that. Okay, like that. You can think of some more. Here is the mouth. First segment, mouth is present. Therefore, this is known as periosteum. In the first segment, mouth is present. I'll say this one. This is the mouth. The first segment, mouth is present. Therefore, this segment, number one, and called periosteum. Sorry, peristomium. Peristomium. Peri means around. Stoma means mouth. Peristomium. Peristomium. Stoma. Stoma means mouth. Peri means around. Around the mouth. Literal meaning around the mouth. Now, in front of this mouth, there is a muscular sensory structure in front of the mouth, and this part, actually it is not a segment. We cannot call it a segment number one. This is not a segment. This is a muscular structure. There are a lot of sensory. It is actually a sensory tool, also called prostomium. Pro means in front. Prostomium. Prostomium. Pro means in front. In front of the stoma. Prostomium. In front of the stoma. This is the mouth or stoma. This is the mouth or stoma. It is not a segment. It is not a metamere. These are metameres. These are metameres, and that is not a metamere. Technically, it is not a metamere, right? Now, I wanted to show one more thing here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Okay. Now, except the first one and the last one, and also except the clatellar segment, the ring of seta. Now, seta are very few. The name is oligoseta. That means the setae are not too much here in this animal. In this whole class of this phylum, the setae are only present in the middle of the segment, like this, in the form of a ring. This is a ring of seta. Okay, ring of seta or setae, many seta, one seta, many setae. This is present in all. It is present in all metameres, in all segments, except first, last, and clitellar segments. First, last, and clitellar segments. Come on, tell me, what are the clitellar segments, bachcho? Clitellar segments. What are clitellar segments? Segment number 14, 15, 16, very good. 14, 15, 16, very, very good. Very good, very good. Very good. 14, 15, 16. Okay, bacho. So, not in the first one and not in the 14, 15, 16 and the last one. Whichever is the last one, it is also not there. Now, this is a segment, and this is the intersegmental groove. This is intersegmental groove. Segment, intersegmental groove. Now, in the intersegmental groove, you notice that there is a hole here, an opening, a hole here. Another hole here is here. Another one here. That means 4 and 4 that side. Because we are seeing the lateral side now. So, 4 on that side. This is towards both ventral and lateral. We can call it as ventrolateral. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so we can call them as 4 pairs of spermathecal pores. 4 pairs, intersegmental groove between between 5, 6, 6, 7, 7, 8, and 8 and 9. Between 5, 6, 6, 7, 7, 8, 8, 9. On one side you can see only 4 of them. 4 of them are on the other side. Spermathecal pores. Don't get confused by the spermatheca. Spermatheca are the pouches which hold the sperm or which store the sperm after copulation. But right now, and one more thing you understand, that it is not possible for the self-fertilization. Right? It is not possible, because how it is possible? Number one, there is a protandry. Okay? Protandry I'll discuss next time. And also one more thing here, that how come it is possible for the same sperms. Okay? Sperms come out from 18 segment, and they come and enter into these segments which represents the female reproductive organ. So it is not so easy. So in this animal, there is a cross fertilization. Now to see them, both of them, okay, to see both of them, we can show this type of diagram. We can show this type of diagram. I can just write some of them. This is 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Okay? Done. Now, this is a ventral view. This is a ventral view. In ventral view, we can see both these. So, between 5 and 6, first one pair, another pair here, another pair here, and another pair here. Total 4 pairs, and these are the spermathecal pores. Spermathecal pores. Now, if you want to see the spermatheca, it is, suppose this body surface is very transparent and you can easily see the spermatheca. The spermatheca is a pouch inside this. It's a pouch inside this. It's a pouch inside this. Spermatheca. It is a pouch. Pouch having two type of, a bigger pouch and a smaller one. A bigger pouch and a smaller part of it, a bigger pouch. You know what these pouches are called? Hint, these pouches are the one that store the sperm. They are the one that store the sperm. Okay. These pouches can be seen from inside. These pouches are the one that store the sperms. Can you tell me what are these? These are called spermathecae. Very good. These are spermathecae. Spermatheca, one, and thecae, plural. Very good. I could see many people could answer. Very good. And what are these? These are the apertures, spermathecal pores. These are spermathecal pores. So now you understand the difference between spermathecal pore and spermathecae. These are spermathecal pores. Spermathecal pores. So spermathecal pores are 4 pairs. So spermathecae also 4 pairs only, obviously. Four pairs. But the segment to which spermathecae belong are how much? Come on. 6, 7, 8, and 9. Can you see this? 6, 7, 8, 9. 6, 7, 8, 9. The segment in which spermathecae present is 6, 7, 8, 9, and spermathecal pores between 5, 6, 6, 7, one pair, 7, 8, and one pair is in 8 and 9. I hope you understand, because these pores are there on the intersegmental groove. These pores are there on the intersegmental groove. The pores are there on intersegmental groove. Some more points from the outside that you need to know. Okay. I told this also. I told that also. Okay. Okay. So before taking the leave today from the morphology of this animal, morphology. Okay. Now you tell me in which segment male genital pores are there. Quickly write the answer, quickly, please be quick. Quickly write the answer. In which segment? '18. Very good. One or one pair? One or one pair? Come on, tell me. One or one pair? ये 14 कौन बोल रहा है? 14 गलत है बेटा, 18 सही है. One pair, one pair. Very good, one pair, one pair. Very good, very good, very good. How many total spermathecal pores are there? Total spermathecal pores, total. That how many total spermathecal pores are there? 4 pairs or 8. Very good. 4 pairs or 8. Very good. Very good. 4 pairs or 8. Very good. Tell me the third from the beginning, from the front part, the third one. The third spermathecal pore pair is present on the intersegmental groove between dash and dash. The third one from the front, 1, 2, 3, 4 like that. Third one from the front is present on intersegmental groove between dash and dash. Come on. Yeah, between 7 and 8. Between 7 and 8. Okay, beta. Okay. And tell me the last pair of spermathecae are or is pair na, last pair of spermathecae is present in, the last pair of spermathecae is present in segment number 9. Spermathecae बेटा, थीके बोला ना, तो थीके तो वो पाउच है, तो रुचि 8, 9 is the aperture pore. Spermathecae is the pouch, last pair, तो last pair 9 हो गया, 9. ठीक है. On the next one, we will start with the anatomy part. Okay, are you guys with me? Not difficult, not difficult now. If finally whatever we do in the class and if I summarize it at the end, I don't think so it is any problem. Okay. Weekend syllabus. I think in this weekend, Tuesday, I believe, on Tuesday, we'll be having a unit test. I'm thinking like that. And so it will be from starting Animal Kingdom and till how much we have done till that portion. And this time promise in the class how much it is done, that. Sometime I ask you to read by yourself, na? Like I ask you to read neural tissue, but this time no such thing till that portion. And for that portion of that muscular tissue, some people have doubt, and my promise to you is, and we'll be like having an extra session for that, and we will do that. So that I told you, weekend syllabus तो क्या होगा? I think earthworm, whatever we do in earthworm, plus we can take the tissues also, tissues plus earthworm, because in earthworm if I make 50 questions, it will be a headache for you, not for me. ठीक है बेटा, बाय बाय. Bottle, bag. Bye bye. चाय लेके आए थे, लाए